JBNN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Suelyn Ward-Brown is innocent and is being used as a scapegoat in Clifton Saga, residents say. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. The night before the bulldozers rolled in with a battalion of police and soldiers, a helicopter hovering overhead, Suelyn Ward-Brown was on a roadside in the Clifton community in St. Catherine, expressing concerns to news team about the fate of residents whose homes may be up for demolition. Her store was in jeopardy. She told reporters that fateful night of October 5, having spent $700,000 for the land on which her two-bedroom unit stood. Much of the COVID-19 lockdown was spent constructing the structure, the school principal lamented. Furthest from her mind was that days later she would be arrested and charged, implicated in the illegal sale of the lands located close to Clifton in the Greater Bernard Lodge area, as part of a land scam Prime Minister Andrew Holness said was linked to the infamous Klansman gang.
Area, including the existence of criminal gangs and the capture of communities, Madam Speaker, and our survey, we received a report and we have done our own surveillance, and we have discovered that in proximity to Clifton, which is shown, so this is the Clifton community demarked in red, but just above it, if you're facing it, it would be to your left. This area has been captured. So, Madam Speaker, the National Security Council, in reviewing the development plan, observed an insidious and growing threat in the area where alleged gangsters were capturing lands in the area adjoining the Clifton community, creating their own informal subdivision.
For the mother, whose recent tumultuous divorce and settlement left her with little to her name, the opportunity at owning the piece of land was receiving grace against homelessness. Additionally, it was a chance for her to restart her life, heal mentally and emotionally from the divorce, and to forge respect in a new community. We're on the same side as Food for the Poor houses. The houses are completed with persons living in them. Ward-Brown told reporters, shocked, that she may be among those built by organized criminals, as reported by the Prime Minister. That is it now, organized crime, she remarked. But you know that Food for the Poor would not have built a house on the land without the land being sanctioned, she reasoned, even though she was among those without official ownership papers. In her hand was a list of people she said had also purchased lots on a stretch dubbed Casablanca Crescent in Clifton. Persons to whom a letter addressed to the Sugar Company of Jamaica in December 2021 requested that the residents be granted certificates of land ownership for their allotments. On the list were 7 soldiers, 6 healthcare workers, another teacher, a farmer, and a string of entrepreneurs and self-employed persons. All deposited hundreds of thousands for lots and were allotted land by a gentleman called Clifton Brown, who purported to operate on behalf of the SCJ. But days after giving that interview, the principal of Jamaica China Goodwill Infant in St. Andrew was again in the media in connection to the land scam. On Wednesday, she was arrested and charged with breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Law Reform Fraudulent Transactions Special Provisions Act, and conspiracy to defraud. Ward-Brown was named as a key player in a $4 million land sales racket. But some persons who were duped in the deal claimed Ward-Brown is innocent and is being used as a scapegoat. The people whose homes were demolished were not initially from the Clifton area. Residents from the area, however, expressed shock that the principal was arrested as part of the racket. She was regarded as a kind-hearted, caring and friendly individual. I don't think she saw a red cent out of that money, trust me, charged one entrepreneur, whose home was among those that were demolished earlier this month. It is just because she's a respected teacher that she tried to help a lot of people, try to get things organized, but she's not involved in what them say. I think she's just salt. She just come living in the area about 3 years now, and this place run under certain order a long time. Things can happen without certain people knowing, said the man. This is bigger than her. The real man behind this, nobody can see him since this whole excitement. Another landowner said he paid $600,000 to Mr. Brown for a piece of the land, and the sight of bulldozers plowing down the hundreds of blocks he erected ate into him as much as the wait and see is doing to him today. It is hard, because I put up my blocks to window height. I buy steel about 600 blocks and about 20 yards of sand and gravel. Now me have got to take up back the sand, he said. Since her arrest, 5 persons have already come forward with claims that they paid Ward-Brown over $4 million for lands, police officials disclosed. However, on Friday, law enforcement investigators close to the probe said that they believe Ward-Brown was being used as a pawn in a much larger scheme masterminded by someone who is still on the run. One slew to ask to remain anonymous because he was not authorized to speak on the matter, expressed concerns for her and her family's safety in the community. Although the police said they were targeting other suspects, up to late yesterday, Ward Brown was the only person arrested in connection with the racket. She remains in custody. Clifton Brown, who is reportedly of no relation to Ward Brown, remains elusive to investigators from both the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency MOCA and the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC. He was also instrumental in the procurement of Ward Brown's allotment of land, an investigator said. At Ward Brown's first court hearing on Friday, her attorney Deborah Martin said she was befuddled as to why her client was in the court docks as opposed to serving as a witness in the matter. Applying for a bail for her client, she questioned the arguments by the prosecution and police, who asked for more time to conduct investigations and interviews into the matter. They also threatened additional charges. Martin said that while the arrest has caused much reputational damage, Ward Brown has been holding strong mentally, worried mostly about her school duties and daughters. I made an application for bail on the basis that I thought that the arrest was at the very least very premature. They are still in the investigatory phase, and in any event, the police arrested her at her home. They know where she lives. She's one of the persons who bought a lot in Clifton, Martin said. It was indicated in court that she was somebody who had given receipts to individuals who had money. I countered and asked the prosecution to look at the document they have, and they will see that not one receipt was signed by her. Every receipt that was issued was signed by a gentleman by the name of Mr. Brown. The defense attorney continued, based on my investigations, everyone present at Clifton would have indicated that they bought land from Mr. Brown. They were of the view that it was land designated for divestment by the Sugar Company of Jamaica, and that she was the person who was able to do the identification of individuals. I don't know where the prosecution's case is going. Somebody made a comment about land being sold by members of Klansmen, and as yet I am not sure they intend to prove those allegations, Martin further noted. She said the bail matter for bail ward is set for October 31 to give police more time. She said the investigators wanted a longer period, which she challenged as her client was already behind bars. Martin said Ward Brown's arrest must be based on tangible evidence, noting, so far she is charged with one offense of obtaining by means of false pretense, except she is not charged under the Larceny Act. She is charged pursuant to the Lottery Scam Act, so I'm really not sure as to what it is they said that she has done. I have not yet had full disclosure. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.